Hey guys, I'm Coach Amy. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a PhD student of integrative and functional nutrition, minoring in mind-body medicine, also a holistic health coach, and I specialize in weight loss with pre-diabetic clients. I'm also the founder of Culinary Medicine for Everyday Living YouTube channel. If you haven't checked it out, I highly suggest you check it out. I'll link it below. Over the last 10 years, I've been working in the health and wellness industry in various capacities. And above all else, I've journeyed from 180 degree in my health to where I am today. So I really understand what it takes to have success in changing your habits long term to really live the healthy lifestyle that you're looking to live. And I just want to jump right in. Today is part 4 of a series that I've been doing on different weight loss strategies and approaches. Yesterday, I covered the Mediterranean diet. The day before that, low fat diet. The day before that, on Monday, I talked about low carbohydrate. Today, I'll be talking about a low-calorie approach. There's a couple different approaches I'll be talking about. And then the next couple days, I'll be looking at a high-protein approach, intermittent fasting, and then be wrapping this series up, but moving right into more weight loss chats as we can dig into this subject matter pretty deeply. My intention through these daily talks is for you to have evidence-informed takeaways that hopefully give you some practical recommendations of what you need to be doing nutritionally, how your body works, what's going on in your body, so that you can support yourself and look for additional support in your weight loss journey. Now, just keep in mind, I like to cover this every day. There's research to support all of these approaches, and generally to have long-term success, it does often take multiple strategies over time or a strategic approach as you become more metabolically flexible as your body adapts. And I hope that you're beginning to understand and see how all of these approaches sort of work together. And today I'm really going to be digging in a little bit deeper to those adaptations that I've mentioned before. So without further ado, let's talk about low-calorie approaches. So generally it's an accepted principle that it's not possible to lose weight without some calorie restriction, no matter what approach. Low fat, low carb Mediterranean. However, it's not cookie cutter. And just bringing that back up, it's not a cookie cutter approach. Dr. Barbara Berkeley said that before. Our bodies just are not machines with a calorie in, calorie out. There's other things at play in our bodies, which I'll get into. But today I'm going to talk about 2 low-calorie approaches. The first one I'll be covering is a formula diet. And the second one is just your conventional low-calorie approach to dieting. So first, let me talk about the formula diet. A formula diet is what it sounds like. It comes in formulas. In a formula, it's a very low-calorie approach, and it's only meant for short-term, usually 8 to 12 weeks, no more than 12 weeks. It's physician-led in a weight loss clinic. And here's how it works. Your meals are consumed and ready to ingest meal formulas, bars, liquid soups, and they're usually rich or enriched with vitamins and minerals and proteins that are of high biological value, very low in carbohydrates, and very low in fat. This diet is implemented alongside high levels of physical activity. Patients who undergo these types of diets with doctors will have very fast, substantial weight loss within that 8 to 12 week period, and that's part of the reason they're usually eating up to 800 calories, often less than 800 calories a day. And the reason that patients are able to comply with these very low-calorie approaches are because their bodies begin to form ketones. And as the ketones do form in your body, your hunger goes down. Again, it's an 8 to 12 week intervention. After that 8 to 12 weeks, food is added back. The patients are educated on what a healthy, whole foods nutrition, nutritionally adequate diet looks like. And it's important to keep in mind that continuous medical supervision is a must for this approach, and it's most often used therapeutically in a clinic for the pre-operative stage of the bariatric surgery patients. And that's because one of the reasons is because it does help reduce the liver size, which assists in having a successful surgery. Again, this very low calorie approach is only to be approached under doctor supervision. Okay, with that said, let's just talk about what we all commonly know or probably more familiar with, and that's our conventional low-calorie approach to dieting. And it's your typical calories in, calories out. Often it does look at reducing your calories 500 to 750 calories a day, and that's usually when you're looking at that calories in, calories out approach, that leads to approximately 1 pound of body weight lost a week. Half of the calories generally come from carbohydrates, 30% from fat, 20% from protein. It has an emphasis on reducing your saturated fats and increasing your high fiber foods. So those fruits and vegetables, again, are important in any type of weight loss program that you're looking at. And again, the fiber in the fruits and vegetables promote a feeling of fullness. And the fruits and vegetables also are loaded with the nutrients that our bodies need, vitamins and minerals and phytonutrients, which are they're functional foods, which I touched on yesterday. There is a drawback to this approach. Weight loss happens in usually just the first few months, and then the rate slows down. And that goes back to these survival mechanisms that I've mentioned before. Quoting Dr. Berkeley says, if I've learned anything in my 30 years of treating overweight patients, it's this: the commonly accepted prescription for weight loss, eat less, move more, simply doesn't work, because we're complex organisms capable of changing how we store and burn our food. So let's talk about that a little bit more. What are those adaptations happening in our bodies? Well, one, like our orexigenic hormone, what does that mean? That's our hunger hormone, ghrelin. Our hunger hormone, as we reduce our calories, our bodies start producing the hormone to make us hungry. So we become hungry. And I think we've all experienced that when we've approached any kind of weight loss from reducing our calories. We just get super, super hungry. And then also keeping in mind that as our hunger is increasing, we do lose weight. And the smaller that we get, the less that we're going to be burning every day, because we weigh less, but we also tend, in these approaches, there is some amount of protein loss, and that ultimately lowers your overall body's ability to burn calories, lowering your metabolism, which is also, by the way, just one of the reasons regular exercise is important, and it's an important strategy. And there's different types of exercise, and I'm going to have, at least one day that I talk about the different types of exercises. It might end up being over a few days again, because those are strategies that we can incorporate to counteract these mechanisms in our body. So the trifecta of all of this going on is that, according to some research, it's like several fold. So as our metabolism decreases, our hunger is increasing several fold more. like it's looking to store, like our bodies, we're burning that much less calories, so several times more our bodies are trying to get us to eat that much more in calories, tripling what we're actually what we've lost in the reduction of our metabolism. So between our hunger hormone really looking to store the fat, right? It's wanting to survive, and so it turns on those hunger hormones. And that is why more than half dieters regain their weight within their first 12 months, and less than 1/3, according to the research, can actually maintain it for over a 3-year period. But we're learning in the nutrition and physical activity, like in the health world, we're learning what works, what doesn't work. And we know that the successful long-term weight losers are, I mentioned the physical activity, they also have rather than a short weight loss program, they're having this long-term support of their doctors, a dietitian, a peer group. Getting involved in groups is an important factor, and a coach that helps them in goal setting and giving that positive reinforcement to help keep you on track. In my experience as a coach and in my personal life, we tend to focus on what we're doing wrong instead of what we're doing right. And it's always good to have those reminders. Hey, don't focus on that one mess up meal. Like, look at all these other things that you are doing to support your health and feel good about yourself, right? So the big takeaways today are a very low calorie diet can be used therapeutically by a doctor to rapidly lose weight and improve metabolic issues such as insulin insensitivity. Also, the very low calorie diets is also, keep in mind, that's not to be, don't try this at home. It's only to be approached under strict and close monitoring by a doctor. And then it's also good to keep in mind with any of these approaches that while it is generally accepted that there is some amount of calorie restriction required to lose weight, however, the basic formula of calories in, calories out just does not work. And so we are learning what does work. It often takes that strategic, evolving approach that involves multiple of these approaches that I'm covering, in addition to developing a regular exercise. So that's just because you've got your body's survival mechanisms, you got to counteract those. And it's also important to keep in mind that the people who lose weight, keep it off, they have support. They have support of their doctor, a dietitian, nutritionist, and coaches and group support. So with implementing new habits and eating styles, remember, getting the support you need is super important. Working with a knowledgeable coach such as myself can help you keep on track. I have more knowledge than some coaches because I am studying this in grad school. And so if you're interested in working with me or just wanting to have that 45 minutes to sit down and hash out what you've learned here and what you've been through, please reach out to me, private message me, and we can have that consultation, and just having someone to talk to. If you have any questions about what you're learning, give me a call, schedule that consultation together. We can work to help you lose the weight and keep it off and live that long, fulfilling life that, where you can set an example to your family and your peer group, be able to contribute to your community, and really live a long, healthy, fulfilling life long into retirement. So please private message me as soon as you can to get in my calendar. Wednesdays are a good day right now. My Tuesdays and Thursdays are generally full. So I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Bye for now.